Hi, everyone. Welcome back to StoryPath English. Today, I have a story that will take you on a journey full of mystery, friendship, and unexpected discoveries. Let's begin the story.
My name is Lara. I'm 19 years old and I study in a small college in the city. I have two best friends, Evan and Sophie, and a cousin, Mark. We're inseparable. We laugh, we study, we plan small adventures together. One afternoon, while scrolling through my messages, I saw a mysterious invitation from an unknown number. It read, "You are invited to a secret event this weekend. Be at Willow Park at 9 a.m. alone. Follow the instructions carefully." A friend. I stared at the message, unsure what to think. Was it a prank? Or something more serious? Sophie noticed my confused look when we met for lunch. "What's wrong?" she asked. I showed her the message. She laughed nervously. "Maybe it's some kind of treasure hunt. You know, like a game?" Mark, on the other hand, frowned. "Lara, be careful. Don't go alone. You don't know who sent this." Evan tried to calm us both. "It could just be a fun thing. But maybe we should go together. Just in case." Despite their concerns, curiosity got the better of me. I decided I had to see what this was about. I couldn't stop thinking about it. The thought of a secret adventure was too exciting to ignore. Saturday morning came. I got ready quietly, making sure no one noticed. I wore comfortable clothes and brought my backpack with essentials: water, snacks, and my phone. I left early and walked to Willow Park. The park was quiet, almost eerily so. The morning mist covered the grass. I looked around. There was no one in sight. My heart started to beat faster. I took a deep breath and followed the path indicated in the message. "Start at the big oak tree near the lake." When I arrived, I saw a small envelope pinned to the tree. My hands shook as I picked it up. Inside, there was another note. "Step carefully. Your first clue is inside the park cafe. Ask for the book titled Hidden Paths. Do not mention the message to anyone else." I froze for a moment, then cautiously walked toward the cafe. The air was filled with the smell of fresh coffee and pastries. I approached the counter. "Excuse me," I asked, trying to sound normal. "Do you have a book called Hidden Paths?" The barista smiled mysteriously and nodded. "Follow the map inside," she said, pointing to the page in the book. My hands trembled as I opened it. There was a tiny folded paper with instructions to go to the abandoned greenhouse at the edge of the park. As I stepped outside, I felt a strange mix of excitement and fear. Who could have planned this? And why me? I didn't know it yet, that this small adventure would change everything. By the end of the day, I would discover secrets that none of my friends could have imagined. I walked along the misty path toward the abandoned greenhouse at the edge of the park. The building looked old and forgotten, covered in ivy and cracked glass. The air smelled damp and earthy, and the soft creaking of the structure made my heart race. I hesitated at the door. Should I really go in? But curiosity pushed me forward. I slowly opened the rusty gate. Inside, the sunlight filtered through broken panes, casting strange patterns on the floor. Everything was quiet, almost too quiet. Then, I noticed something strange, a faint glow near the back. I walked carefully, my footsteps echoing on the broken tiles. The glow came from a small table where another envelope sat waiting for me. My hand shook as I picked it up. The note read, "Well done, Lara. You've made it this far. But beware, the path will get harder. Trust only your instincts. The next clue is hidden where water flows, but only if you dare to look closely." I looked around thinking, water, maybe the small fountain near the greenhouse. My heart pounded. I tiptoed toward the fountain. As I leaned over, I saw a small metal box hidden under some stones. Inside the box was a folded paper and a tiny key. The paper had a riddle. I hide in plain sight, yet nobody sees. Find the door that is older than trees. Only those who listen can hear my plea. I felt a shiver. This was no ordinary treasure hunt. It was like a puzzle from a storybook, designed to test me. Suddenly, I heard a soft sound behind me. I spun around. Nobody was there. My heart leapt into my throat. I took a deep breath and reminded myself to stay calm. It was probably just the wind. I focused on the riddle. Older than trees. Maybe the old oak near the lake. I whispered to myself. The key in my hand seemed important, maybe. It would open something there. I ran back toward the big oak tree. The mist made everything look mysterious. Shadows danced across the ground. As I reached the tree, I noticed a small door at its base, almost invisible. I hadn't noticed it before. The key fit perfectly. With a soft click, the door opened, revealing a hidden compartment inside. My eyes widened as I saw a small notebook and a map. The notebook had a message written in elegant handwriting. "Lara, you are braver than you know. Keep following the path. Courage and kindness will guide you to what you seek." I felt a strange mix of excitement and nervousness. This adventure was unlike anything I had ever imagined. But I also felt a sense of purpose, like I was meant to be here, uncovering something important. Just then, I heard footsteps approaching. Someone was coming. I froze as the footsteps grew louder. My heart was racing. Then a figure appeared from the mist. It was a young man, wearing a dark jacket and a calm expression. He didn't look threatening, but there was something unusual about him. "Lara?" he asked softly. "Yes. Who are you?" I managed to whisper. "My name is Kai," he said. "I've been waiting for someone brave enough to follow the clues." "That's you." I blinked. "Why me? What is all of this?" Kai smiled, but his eyes were serious. "This is not just a game. There's someone in the city who needs help. Someone who is in danger. The clues you followed are part of a plan to guide the right person. Someone trustworthy. Someone kind." My stomach sank. Danger? I hadn't expected this. I don't know if I can do this, I admitted. Kai shook his head gently. "You can. You already have. The courage to come here proves it. And now, I need you to deliver this. He handed me a small envelope, heavier than it looked. I opened it carefully. Inside was a photograph of a young girl, about 10 years old, standing in front of a grey apartment building. There was also a note. She needs you. Go tonight. Time is short. I felt a shiver run down my spine. Tonight? I asked. Kai nodded. Yes, but you won't be alone. I will guide you from a distance. You must follow the instructions carefully. As the afternoon sun started to dip behind the trees, I felt a mix of fear and determination. This was no ordinary adventure, it was real. And the stakes were higher than I had ever imagined. I tucked the photo and note into my backpack and left the greenhouse with a new sense of purpose. The park felt different now, almost alive, as if it was watching me, encouraging me forward. Night had fallen when I reached the apartment building. The streets were quiet. Shadows stretched across the pavement. I felt nervous, but I reminded myself this was about helping someone in danger. I peeked through the window. The little girl was inside, reading a book. Everything seemed calm, but I couldn't shake the feeling that someone was watching. I followed the instructions from the note. There was a hidden side door at the back of the building. I unlocked it carefully and stepped inside. My flashlight illuminated a narrow hallway. My heart pounded. Suddenly, I heard a sound, a door creaking. My pulse quickened. I saw a man in a dark hoodie moving toward the girl. I gasped. He wasn't supposed to be there. I froze for a moment, then remembered Kai's instructions. I whispered her name, signaling her to hide under the table. She did. I grabbed my phone and called Kai quietly. Lara? He whispered through the phone. I see him. Distract him without being noticed. I took a deep breath. Using all the courage I had, I dropped a small rock to make a noise on the opposite side. The man turned, just long enough for the girl to crawl safely toward me. I grabbed her hand and we ran toward the side door. Outside, the street was empty, and Kai appeared silently, guiding us to a safe car waiting nearby. The man was gone. I hugged the little girl tightly. It's okay. You're safe now. Kai nodded. You did it, Lara. You were brave and smart. Not everyone could have done this. I smiled, feeling proud and relieved. The adrenaline slowly faded, replaced by a warm sense of satisfaction. After that night, everything in my life felt different. I returned home, exhausted but happy. I realized that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's moving forward despite it. Friendship, trust, and bravery had guided me through a day I would never forget. And sometimes, the most unexpected messages, the smallest notes, can change everything.
Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed Story, full of mystery, courage, and adventure. Remember, even small acts of bravery can lead to incredible discoveries. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to StoryPath English, and click the bell icon so you never miss another story. See you next time. Bye for now.